Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, no!
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah!
Number 20, Stewie's Sexy Parties. This is definitely an oldie but a goodie. Stewie hasn't had one of his sexy parties in some time, and we have to say we kind of miss them.
But then I realized you'd be out of the house 5 days a week, which means I'd be free to throw some of my sexy parties.
It was always hilarious seeing Stewie chase giggling women around the room at high speed, complete with the goofy Benny Hill-like music.
This calls for a sexy party.
We don't really know what the point of this joke was, aside from it being yet another random idea that the writers threw in just cause they could. Not that we're complaining. Number 19, Roadhouse. Roadhouse is definitely one of Peter's weirdest catchphrases. It all started in Brian's Got a Brand New Bag when Peter bought the movie from Quahog Video.
Sir, I need another $1.25.
Is that right? Keep the change. Roadhouse.
He subsequently kicked everything he could, accompanied by the confident Roadhouse catchphrase. There have been numerous variations on the joke over the years, including Brown House.
My stomach feels like that time I had explosive diarrhea. Brown House.
Toast House, and Row House. And it's even been stolen by Homer Simpson.
Roadhouse.
By this point, we think the goofy catchphrase is more popular than the movie itself.
Exactly right.
Number 18, Play Me Off, Johnny. Are we the only ones who miss Vern and Johnny? For those who don't know, Vern would randomly appear, joke about the character's predicaments, and then be played off by Johnny. The joke did not make any sense whatsoever, but its sheer randomness was part of its charm. Unfortunately, viewers quickly became sick of the duo, and they were killed by Stewie in season 5. Although, even that didn't completely get rid of them.
Damn, play me some filler, Johnny.
Maybe moderation was the key to this vaudevillian duo.
I'll tell you what you can pick, a tune out on that piano. Fatty's in a little jam, dead girl, Fatty's in a little... Oh, now how the whiz-bang does the rest of it go?
Number 17, Tom and Diane's banter. Quahog 5 News is one entertaining news channel. There's correspondent Trisha Takanawa, who's either unenthusiastically commenting on events or being totally wrecked by some freak occurrence.
Diane, I'm hearing. Thank you, Trisha.
Then there's Ollie Williams, perhaps the most succinct and hilarious weatherman ever.
Ollie?
It's gonna rain!
Thanks, Ollie.
But the heart of Quahog 5 News is Tom and Diane, who share a weird combination of sexual tension and bitter hatred towards one another, as evidenced by their frequent and hilarious bickering.
Well, Diane, that last report was so good, I think you deserve a spanking.
Oh, Tom, I don't think your wife would appreciate that.
If only real newscasts were this much fun. Number 16, Al Harrington. Al Harrington has become a bit of a breakout character. His claim to fame is, of course, the wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube man ad, but this being Family Guy, they can't just let one solid joke go.
Crudely painted, not so funny, plywood cutout folk art. Crudely painted, not so funny, plywood cutout folk art.
Al has since appeared numerous times on the show, in full energetic salesman mode, and usually accompanied by some weird, elaborately named product or statement.
Lois, I'm not going back to work tomorrow. That new boss has it in for me. He's meaner than a shifty salesman.
The writers even poke fun at how annoying he is in Back to the Pilot, when Peter smokes a cigarette during an Al Harrington cutaway gag.
You sure you got time to smoke?
Oh yeah, it's an Al Harrington. It goes on for a while.
Number 15, Bullying Meg. Poor Meg. She really doesn't deserve the treatment she gets.
Help me.
But deserve it or not, Meg is often the brunt of many harsh jokes and violent actions. Her family, especially Peter, tends to ignore her, and even tells her to shut up when she's talking.
Dad, how could you be okay with Mom parading herself around like this? I mean, she's half naked. It makes all women look bad.
Meg, who let you back in the house?
She's frequently bullied at school. Peter even once hit her with a baseball bat. And that's not the worst thing he's done.
I can already picture my funeral.
Thanks, didn't want to pay for the whole.
She rarely, if ever, gets thrown a bone. And it's pretty conflicting. Can you laugh and feel kinda awful at the same time? Apparently, yeah, you can. Number 14, Butt Scratcher. Everyone say it with us now. Butt Scratcher.
Butt scratcher! Butt scratcher! Get your butt scratcher here!
The famous butt scratchers first appeared in No Chris Left Behind when Peter was selling them at a baseball game as a second job. Butt scratcher vendors have also appeared at the Lois Deirdre Jackson fight and at Peter and Karen's wrestling match.
Butt scratcher!
Butt scratcher!
We know it's immature, but there's just something hilarious about grown men dramatically yelling butt scratcher at each other.
Butt scratcher! Get your butt scratcher here!
Plus, the whole concept of a butt scratcher is just ridiculous. Number 13, Peter's personal and very expensive vehicles. In the Cleveland Loretta Quagmire, Peter uses both his Peter Copter and the Hinder Peter to quickly reach his destination, only to crash both of them into Joe's property.
Peter, what the hell?
Joe, get inside! The blades are still spinning!
Peter, what is that thing?
Joe!
Other vehicles have appeared over the years, including the Peterang and the Peter Dactyl, but neither was as hilarious as the original two. How he found, afforded, or built them is anyone's guess. Regardless, Peter's ludicrous personal vehicles perfectly showcase Family Guy's unique and utterly unpredictable sense of humor.
Joe, I am so sorry.
How can you afford these things?
Number 12, Brian's crappy books. Brian desperately wants to be a world-renowned novelist, but nobody shares his enthusiasm.
Got a nice little story you're working on there, a big novel you've been working on for 3 years, yeah?
His first book, Faster Than the Speed of Love, was an utter travesty. Stewie constantly badgered Brian about his lack of progress. Lois made fun of the title, and it sold literally 0 copies.
Brian Griffin's Faster Than the Speed of Love has astonishingly not sold a single copy thanks to universal panning by literary critics.
And while his self-help book sold well, it was a shameless cash grab that resulted in Brian being insulted and humiliated on Bill Maher.
And that's another thing I have to say. Aren't Wish It and Want It really the same thing? I mean, your book basically makes 3 points and 2 of them the same point.
Brian's writing career is like a car crash. We want to look away, but we just can't help ourselves. Number 11, Surfin' Bird. Like Al Harrington and the Vaudevillians, your mileage may vary on Surfin' Bird.
Oh, well, everybody's heard about the bird.
It appears constantly in the episode I Dream of Jesus, and makes surprise cameo appearances throughout the rest of the series. And each time, it'll either elicit an appreciable chuckle or a groan, depending on how well the joke went over for you the first 10 times.
Oh, well, everybody's heard about the bird. The bird's a winner, well, a bird.
That's annoying.
Also like Al and the Vaudevillians, the show acknowledges the annoying nature of the joke both when Peter unplugs the jukebox and gets hit in the crotch with a bag of nickels. Number 10, Giggity. Quagmire's distinguishing characteristic is that he's a ladies' man, and a very creepy one at that, particularly in later seasons.
Oh, giggity, 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 goo!
Who else but Quagmire?
Sex is always on his mind, and it seems as if he tries to sleep with every woman he comes across. He's made countless inappropriate jokes and comments in his quest for pleasure, most of which are accompanied by some variation of his ridiculous catchphrase, giggity giggity goo.
Giggity, 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 ooh, ee, ooh, ah, ah, ting, tang, walla, walla, bing, bang. Ooh, ee, ooh, ah, ah, ting, tang, walla, walla, bing, bang.
We don't know what the heck giggity giggity goo means, but then again, this is Quagmire we're talking about. He's a little weird. Number 9, Whip.
I tell you what, when this is all over, I'll make you some pie with a nice dollop of Cool Whip. There it is again. Why are you putting so much emphasis on the H?
It all started with Stewie asking Brian for some Cool Whip. Of course, this being Stewie, he decided to annoy Brian by putting emphasis on the H and pronouncing whip as whip.
Ooh, let me have some of that Cool Whip. What'd you say? You can't have a pie without Cool Whip. Cool Whip? Cool Whip, yeah. You mean Cool Whip? Yeah, Cool Whip. Cool Whip. Cool Whip. Cool Whip. Cool Whip.
This joke has been repeated numerous times throughout the series, and has even been used on other words like whilwheaten, ruined, and cruel.
Wait, what?
I said you ought to be nicer to Will Wheaton.
You mean Will Wheaton?
Yes, Will Wheaton.
Why are you saying it like that?
What? I'm just saying you should be nicer to Will Wheaton. Will Wheaton seems like a nice guy.
It's since become one of Family Guy's most popular running jokes, both in and outside of the show. Like, who among fans hasn't said whip at least once in our lives?
Cool Whip. I'm putting emphasis on the H.
Sounds right to me.
Nothing ever bothers you, does it?
Number 8. No. We're pretty sure that every Family Guy fan has taken on Consuela's no.
Hola?
Yes, could you please put Brian back on?
No, doggy afuera.
Consuela may be little more than a stereotype, but she has become one of the show's most popular background characters thanks to her authoritative attitude and hilarious monotone delivery.
Well, we're looking for a missing...
I know. Mr. Superman, he know he's here.
Her no catchphrase has become one of the show's go-to running jokes, and it's been used in many diverse situations. From denying Joe access to the Fortress of Solitude, to condemning Darth Stewie for buying generic window cleaner.
This isn't Windex, but it's just as good as the store brand.
No, it'd leave a film.
I'm okay with the film, just use it.
No.
Number 7. Cleveland's house is destroyed. The Cleveland's house gets destroyed gag first appeared in Hell Comes to Quahog when Peter obliterates his house with a tank.
No.
It has subsequently been destroyed by a giraffe, the flying Griffin house, and even Peter himself as a human cannonball.
No. Oh, hey, Cleveland.
The gag is so popular, it was even transferred over to The Cleveland Show. Number 6. Stewie trying to kill Lois. One of the things we miss most about early Family Guy is Stewie's utter hatred towards Lois.
What are you doing with a gun?
Something I should have done a very long time ago.
Stewie's need to kill Lois was his primary motivation in the pilot, and he was so determined that he even made a laser gun disguised as a tuna sandwich in a futile attempt to murder her.
What the deuce are you staring at? It's tuna fish. And nothing else.
This psychotic fascination with Lois has died down in recent years. He now seems more concerned with Brian, but it was a classic running joke of prime-era Family Guy that should never be forgotten.
Brian, help me!
Number 5. The Evil Monkey. Family Guy really loves to run with a one-off character. Case in point, the evil monkey that lives or lived in Chris's closet.
Monkey in a closet.
The monkey was first mentioned and seen in Season 2's Damn It, Janet, where it displayed its signature look and menacing pose.
No!
It appeared a few more times, mostly to Chris, before it was given an extensive and sympathetic backstory in Hannah Banana, which effectively killed the joke.
Look, Chris, I'm sorry if I scared you before, but this is a great chance for us to start over.
No, it isn't. You can fool everyone else, but you can't fool me. You go to hell.
Still, it was good while it lasted, and is a classic example of Family Guy's penchant for absurd, random humor. Number 4. Conway Twitty. Conway Twitty has become the show's most infamous running gag, and it all started in Season 5's Bill and Peter's Bogus Journey.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Conway Twitty.
We had no idea what was in store for us. The joke arguably came to a head in The Juice is Loose, when the Conway bit lasted for 3 whole minutes.
Yikes, looks like I need a distraction. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Conway Twitty.
That's about 15% of an entire episode's running time. Fans are split on whether the Conway gags are brilliant, ballsy jokes or lazy wastes of time, but either way, you can't deny its legacy. Number 3. The Kool-Aid Man. In the pilot, the Kool-Aid Man bursts through the courthouse wall with his signature, "Oh yeah," after Peter is sentenced to prison.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no!
Oh no.
Oh yeah!
This happens again in Stewie Kills Lois, much to the judge's displeasure.
Oh no!
Oh no.
Oh no!
Oh yeah!
Okay, can I ask everyone to please stop saying "oh no" in this courtroom? Because the f***ing Kool-Aid guy's gonna keep showing up.
But things get really fun in Back to the Pilot when Stewie and Brian distract the Kool-Aid Man and he misses his cue.
You guys did this! You guys did this!
It's amazing how Family Guy can take a simple gag and do so much with it, like revisiting it and altering its outcome via time travel. You know, there are few animated shows with this much ingenuity.
Oh yeah!
Number 2. Family Guy knows how to make characters fall in the funniest ways possible. You probably recognize the Family Guy fall, which is when a character collapses with one arm behind their back. But the more famous method of falling involves a character, usually Peter, grasping their knee and wincing in pain for extended periods of time. This is arguably the original gag that went on way too long, but then looped back around to being funny again joke. And it's since become Family Guy's signature running gag. That is, except for one other. Before we unveil our number one pick, here are some honorable mentions.
Who here likes a good story about a bridge?
Yes, I know how important your success is to your father. That's why he'll understand that you can never see him again.
Yeah, of course you will. Dad's very...
What?
Number 1. Ernie the Giant Chicken. The number 1 spot must go to Ernie the Giant Chicken.
Oh, yeah, and that nice chicken outside gave me this coupon.
I'm sorry, this is expired.
You son of a...
Unlike other Family Guy running gags, we don't think anyone is tired of the giant chicken fights. They are consistently hilarious and entertaining. And they're also expertly animated and scored, showcasing the immense amount of talent behind the Family Guy scenes.
This isn't medium rare.
Then have them take it back.
Each fight is progressively longer, more bombastic, and more inventive, like the backwards fight in Yug Yillimov, which prevents the joke from becoming stale.
You know, that chicken's kid is in my preschool class. I don't really want to be friends with him, but he knows a lot of chicks.
Each time Ernie randomly shows up, we know we're in for something great. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.